Game day's here, I can hear the crowd. Turn on the lights, fans are cranked up and loud. Red or blue, we wear it proud. Yeah, we love our teams in this border town. Chiefs and Royals, Boo Mizzou, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, KU. Hear that drum pounding in your feet. Yeah, you're marching to the beat of KC.
What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, Kansas City? What is going on, Jayhawk Nation? What is going on, everybody? And welcome to the Beat of KC. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lucas Murphy, and the Kansas Jayhawks steamrolled, decimated, exterminated, demolished, obliterated, whatever adjective you want to describe in that fashion, the Kansas State Wildcats inside Bramlage, 86-62 in a dominant Sunflower Showdown, a win that showcased depth, it showcased resilience, and a devastating late-game surge from our Kansas Jayhawks. Good thing we don't have to see that silly, weird dance that they do in the stands. It's just crazy to me. Jerome Tang, ladies and gentlemen, is continuously taking this program for the Kansas State Wildcats in the wrong direction. What is insane is the fact that his agent was able to finesse the Kansas State Wildcats. I believe his buyout, if they were to even consider that, is like $13 or $15 million. He's going to continue to be the head coach. They are not seeing any success whatsoever. PJ Haggerty is by far their best player. Outside of that, they just have no supporting cast. Now, they were dealing with some injuries, but I don't think that would have even mattered. I mean, they were just not in the same realm as the Kansas Jayhawks after they started to click, and they really flipped that switch. We're really going to break this game down. We're really going to provide insight, talk about how our team just absolutely, again, decimated the Kansas State Wildcats. And I think one of the big things, and we're going to talk about it right out front, they were without standout freshman guard Darren Peterson, who rolled his ankle in Colorado. He's obviously had to take some time off to heal. And I think it just made sense to sit him anyways because our next game is going to be against BYU in Allen Fieldhouse. Now, the number 19 Kansas Jayhawks are 15-5, 5-2 in Big 12. I believe they're fifth now in the Big 12. Never wavered. Instead, the Jayhawks leaned on a monster performance from Flory Bidunga, who we actually saw kind of have some swagger tonight. Now, early on in the beginning of this game, he was getting absolutely destroyed down in the box. I mean, their big was absolutely just out-rebounding, over-rebounding. It was just impressive to see him just stick his hands up and the ball go right into his hands. Nobody was coming close. But he obviously would start to disappear, and Flory Bidunga would take control. He was just unstoppable on both ends of the floor. The sophomore big man poured in 21 points, grabbed 10 rebounds, adding a double-double to the resume, and controlling the paint and igniting a decisive run that blew the game open. His night was punctuated by one of the most insane rim-rattling alley-oop dunks that effectively slammed the door on Kansas State. Now, when you flip the script and go over to the Kansas State Wildcats, they are now 10-10 in the season and are 1-6 in Big 12. They hung tough early despite being shorthanded. Now, Andre Kostick came out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. I think he was averaging like 3 points a game. He decided to start shooting some threes. And I think he's made more threes in this game than he has in most of his games. I mean, he really played some decent minutes. He caught fire in the first half. He hit 4 3-pointers in 4-minute stretch, helping the Wildcats stay within 37-35 at halftime. They continued to fight into the second half, pulling within 59-55 after PJ Haggerty's 3-pointer with the 7:50 remaining. That's when Kansas decided to really turn on the heat. They really upped the tempo. They really started to play their style of basketball. They started to do things the way that we've seen them play more recently. Bidunga took over, scoring 7 points during a crushing 15-3 run, and the Jayhawks just never looked back. What followed was a 27-7 finishing kick as Kansas overwhelmed the Kansas State Wildcats with athleticism, defense, and again, that relentless pace. Now, the supporting cast, and I think that's a big thing because the starters all produced, and we'll talk about that. But Elmarko Jackson added 19 points tonight, ladies and gentlemen, coming off the bench. I think it was phenomenal. I mean, Elmarko Jackson did not make a whole lot of mistakes. He played a well-rounded game. One of the things I really like about Elmarko Jackson's game is he drives to the basket and gets, if he makes it, he makes it. If he gets fouled, he gets fouled. But he added 19 points. I really like that aggressiveness from Elmarko, and I think we're seeing that a little bit on the defensive side. But more importantly, he added those 19 points because he was aggressive. He took good shots. He shot the three ball well, like I said. And I think it was just phenomenal to see Elmarko have a good game tonight. Melvin Council Jr. chipped in 17 points. The dog came out, ladies and gentlemen. He absolutely turned it on in the second half and really just played a good, well-rounded game. I really enjoy Melvin Council. I think he was a great addition to this Kansas program, not only because of his basketball skill set, but I think he brings the energy, he brings the attitude, and it's something that you need. It's kind of like the hype man. He's the hype man of the team. Bryson Tiller came out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen, and it seemed like, in my opinion, the Kansas State Wildcats were really kind of playing for Flory Bidunga in the first portion of the game. They really were trying to eliminate Flory, and that's where Bryson really kind of stepped up. He scored 16 points. He had a phenomenal game. It was great to see from him. I think it was much needed. You know, he was able to shoot the basketball as well, not only just kind of back down, his defender and shoot it off the glass. He had some good shots. Bryson Tiller really contributed a good basketball game. And I really think highlighting the balance and depth of this team is why they ended up pulling out this victory. In a market that never sleeps, one name rises above the rest. Lisa Miller from Dan Lynch Real Estate, trusted by hundreds and recognized across the Midwest. She delivers results when it matters the most. With over 13 years of experience and licenses in both Kansas and Missouri, Lisa isn't just selling houses. She's helping you find a place to call home. Whether you are a first-time homebuyer looking to upsize or selling your current home, Lisa makes the process smooth and stress-free. As a local expert passionate about building lasting relationships, she ensures her clients feel confident and satisfied every step of the way. Don't wait, your perfect home is just a call away. Contact Lisa today at 913-579-3246 or 913-369-3000 or visit lisamillersaleskc.com. But Lisa Miller at Lynch Real Estate help you start your next exciting chapter. And let her know the beat of KC, Lucas Murphy, sent you her way. The performance was especially meaningful with Bill Self because obviously he was back on the sideline after missing the Colorado game due to a health-related issue. And I really think, too, having Bill back is just, it's a bonus. It's a motivation. It's nice to see him back. And I'm sure his coaching style really kind of rejuvenated kind of the energy. Not that there wasn't a lack of energy, but when your head coach is missing, you kind of have to figure out things. You have to, and Jock Vaughn did a great job. But I just think Bill provides that kind of structure, if that makes sense. Now, like I said, Kansas State was also dealing with a ton of injuries. They were missing McGriff. They were missing one of their other starting point guards in Bashir. And again, it was just kind of some things that they were dealing with. But Haggerty, ladies and gentlemen, is an impressive player. He finished with 23 points. He had 18 points in the second half. He really tried to keep the Kansas State Wildcats in the game. And Kostick, who I said earlier was adding, he only added 3 points most of the time in the season. He added 12 tonight. So the Wildcats simply couldn't withstand the Kansas late game onslaught. And I think, truthfully, the fact that we were able to just continuously rotate guys where they could not do that just really helped out the Kansas Jayhawks. The win marked Kansas's fourth straight victory. It snapped a 3-game losing streak in Manhattan and continued the Jayhawks' dominance in this rivalry, having now won 16 of the last 20 meetings in one of college basketball's longest running matchups. Now, one of the big things, ladies and gentlemen, is we cut this stretch of games on the road out of the way. And it was nice to come out victorious in both of those games. I think this is where we really start to come into a big-time schedule. Our next opponent is going to be inside Allen Fieldhouse, which I think is most important because I would hate to go on the road again for a game like this. I really think we got 2 decent road games out of the way, 2 decent road victories. But now the schedule really amplifies. It really amps up for a lot of these premier teams in the Big 12. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be significant. I think College Game Day will be in Allen Fieldhouse for the marquee matchup against the number 13 team in the country, BYU, and that will be next Saturday. So it'll be a decent amount of time. It'll be 1 week between games where DP can actually kind of recover from that ankle injury. We're going to need him. He's going to have to go head-to-head. Darren Peterson is going to have to go against AJ Desponsa, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to have to match his game. I'm sure they're going to be fireworks. Both those guys are going to try to be going off. They're going to try to prove to each other who's the number 1 overall pick. I do know Desponsa tonight against Utah had 41 points. He is an absolute force. So the Kansas Jayhawks are going to have to find a way to not only really kind of, put the extinguisher to him. I just don't think that's truly going to happen. I think Desponsa is going to play out of his mind. He's trying to really show why he deserves to be the number 1 pick in the NBA. And I think DP is going to do the exact same thing. I'm excited for this basketball game. It's going to be extraordinary, ladies and gentlemen. But we have a stretch. We play every top team in the Big 12. There's literally like 2 games where it kind of lets up the pressure. I think we go on the road to Oklahoma State. I think we play somebody else, but we got to play Iowa State. We got to play Arizona twice. We got to play BYU. I mean, this is going to be a tough schedule. We got to play Houston. I mean, there's a lot of teams that this is going to be a gauntlet. And the same can be in Texas Tech. I completely forgot about Texas Tech. Texas Tech played a heck of a game against Houston today. So there's going to be a tough stretch of games, and this team is going to have to find a way to dig deep, not make mistakes, not turn over the basketball. They're really going to have to find ways to win, and they're going to need everybody to support. I appreciate y'all checking out this video. I do want to send out a shout out to you all. I can't thank y'all enough. We hit 15,000 subscribers. That's impressive, ladies and gentlemen. I can't thank y'all enough. The support has been through the roof. The views have been through the roof. You guys are supporting me, and I can't thank y'all enough. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys continue to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, comment down below, and I end every video the exact same way. Have a good day.